Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Class 47 Peter YouTube channel. And in today's video I'm going to be taking a look at the all new Heljan GWR GWR diesel railcar. In 2018, Heljan announced the GWR AEC diesel railcar in both O and OO gauge. Now, I already had a GWR diesel railcar, which was the old Lima tooling, which is the one that Hornby took over. And I had done some slight detail work to improve that model. But then, when I saw that Heljan had announced an all singing or dancing up to date one, I decided to get rid of that model and buy the Heljan one. And so here it is. The Heljan one has just been released. The O gauge ones came out around the beginning of the year. The OO gauge ones have just come out. And the one I've bought is number 22 in the chocolate and cream livery with the GWR monogram logo. And the reason I've gone for this particular one is because it's the one that's preserved at Didcot, which I have seen and ridden on. And so for that reason, that was why I wanted this particular one to have on the layout. So without any further ado, we're going to get straight into this because I'm just dying to get it out of its box and get it down on the layout. So here we have the model out of the box and down on the layout, and the first thing that can be said is that there are no quality control issues with this model. There's no blemishes or scratches or damage or any broken bits off that had to be glued back on again. It's in a top-notch finish that we expect to see straight from the factory. Also, this model runs smoothly out of the box, and again, this is what we expect to see when we first buy these models and get them on the layout. And also, this model has working directional and interior lighting. So now we move on to the detail on the model. So first of all, as a standard feature, we have sprung plastic buffers. We also have separately fitted lamp irons, and we've also got the buffer beam detail, which has all been pre-fitted. You also have NEM pockets as well on the bogies, which if you want to, you can have this coupled up to a coach, which they did sometimes. I have seen a picture on the internet of one of these rail cars pulling an auto coach, so you could recreate that if you wanted to. I'm not planning to do that personally myself, but if I ever wanted to, then the NEM pockets are there. We also have separately fitted window wipers, and what Heljan have done is that they've catered for both different types of window wipers. These are the earlier ones which they were fitted with, and Heljan have also produced versions that have the modified window wipers, which were attached just onto the window frames just here, just on the top there, which I believe that was a modification that was done with BR, I think. Not 100% certain on that, but they have done both variants of the window wipers, which is nice to see. And we also have separately fitted handrails on the front as well. On the bogies and the underframe, we do have some very nice detail. We have the sanding gear and the guard irons, separately fitted by the way. You've also got some very nice rivet detail on the bogies, as well as the axle boxes and springs. You've also got the cardan shaft as well, which these bogies are cardan shaft exterior driven, and you've also got the large axle boxes and oil dipsticks as well. And the detail that's gone into those is just fantastic. And that grille right there, that's not a moulded piece of detail, that's actually separately fitted. And that just looks stunning. We then turn our attention to the handrails and the door handles. The door handles are moulded, but I'm personally not fussed by that, because you can only really tell they're moulded when you get right up close to them. However, the handrails are separately fitted and they've been painted. Also, just take a look at the interior detail inside the cab, particularly with that brake wheel there. I mean, the detail in there is just fantastic. The only thing that this model really needs in the interior is a driver and some passengers, which is something I shall be doing with this model at a later date. And you've also got seats going all the way down the unit, where they should be, where the passengers would be. The seats themselves in the interior, it's not painted, it just comes in a green plastic. But you could, however, paint it up to make it look like the real thing, if you wanted to. And that's something I might decide to do when the time does come for me to fit the passengers inside here. But personally, you know, the green plastic that it does come in, it's not too bad either way. Now, in the guards compartment you can see the circuit board in there and a bit of the mechanism to the motor, which is hidden in the guards compartment. Now, on the O gauge model, the motor is actually hidden underneath the interior. In the double O gauge model, it's not. It's actually up where the guards compartment is. So as nice as it would have been to have had the motor underneath the interior so that you couldn't see it in the guards compartment, personally that's just a minor little niggle and it doesn't detract from the model. On the roof we have the roof vents on the top, which they are separately fitted, they're not moulded. You've also got a ventilator and the steam heat boiler exhaust ports, which I think I might actually tone that down with a bit of matte black paint. And there is also some rivet detail on the roof as well if you look very closely. I now turn my attention to the livery application, which is just fantastic. There's no imperfections or blemishes anywhere at all. It does look like that there are a couple of marks on this model in a few areas, particularly where the cream paint is, but they're not imperfections, they're printed detail that are there. As for the livery itself, it's been very nice and evenly applied. The cream and the chocolate colours seem to be correct, and you've got the white roof, which I think looks very nice on this model with this livery. And then you've got superbly and crisply printed lining that's been very neatly applied, and for me I think it really does set the livery off very well. You've also got the unit's running number 22, crisply applied on the body sides, and they've used the accurate style numerals as well. And you've also got the GWR monogram logo as well, also known as the shirt button logo, crisply applied on the body sides and on both ends of the cab on the unit. Heljan have also captured the look of the prototype. Spot on. All the details and the overall proportions and shape all seem to be correct to the real thing. So that brings me on to my conclusion for the Heljan GWR AEC diesel railcar. And my conclusion is, I think it's a fantastic model. I'll overgloss that the mechanism is visible of the motor through the guards compartment windows. It doesn't detract from the model, like I say, and it has got great detail on it. It really is a fantastic bit of kit, and to have the one that's preserved at Didcot in the fleet that I've had the experience of riding on and also seeing, you know, I'm just over the moon with it, especially because I've already got the GWR Streamline Railcar, so I think this will be a great partner to that model. So if you have a Streamline Railcar, I definitely recommend it to have the two, or if you have a GWR branch line, I definitely recommend this, or if you just like the look of this model, then I'd definitely go for it. So I give this model the thumbs up. Definitely been worth the wait, this one. So that's the end of my review. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get this model running around the layout, and I'll also get my GWR Streamline Railcar running as well, so we can have a running session with both models. So thanks for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. As ever, please do subscribe to the channel if you like what you see. Don't forget to smash the like button, and also feel free to check out all the other videos that I have on the channel. But until then, stay safe and take care. Ta-ra.